Welcome everyone to another Tracks on Sundays. I'm Tracks the Max, and this is going to be another Raid Shadow Legends video. We're on the Only Voids account today on day 78. Last week we had a little break from the account, video-wise that is. So we picked up a Void Shard in the meantime, and today we are collecting a Sacred let's see here, 3... Yeah, a little more than 3 weeks left, and we actually have our gem mine fully paid back on day 99, that is. So, still a way to go, but it's going to be nice to know that from that point on, we're basically just making profit from that early gem mine that we got. So, in the 2 weeks' time, I've also had some time to prepare some new champions and stuff like that. We had a 2x voids 2 weeks ago, which led to a couple of new champions to work with. I wasn't super amazed by the pools, but there is some help in there. So what did we go and do? One of the pools we had was a seducer. Now this guy has a increased defense, small version, unfortunately, but it's something. But also, more importantly, has this block debuffs. It's on a 4-turn cooldown, which if you want to run this in a clanboss team, you have to make sure that he's running on a 4-3 ratio. This means he goes 4 times every time the clanboss goes 3 times. And I've sort of made that work right for now, but I haven't really made a tune yet because we don't really have a damage dealer, reliable damage dealer that is, to fit in our team. We're using Ragemonger, but we're also using Ragemonger still to do stuff like, the solo stages of stage 13 Dragon, 13 Ice Golem, if you want to do that with food. He's been doing some work in faction wars, like he soloed the boss on stage 14, for instance. Doom Tower, there's some bosses that he just basically solos. So I don't really want to take him out of this build quite yet. I wouldn't have to change much about him other than perhaps his blessing and some turn meter masteries here. But for now, he's doing a really good job in those other areas. So to just steal him of those roles, to put him into clan boss, I'm not so sure about that yet. Might be the thing that I'm going to have to do anyway, regardless. But I don't know, kind of hoping that maybe we can pull something a little better for that role as a damage dealer in our clan boss. Now, we also went ahead and made this guy right here, got through the Death Keeper. Now, he is extraordinarily good for clan boss because he takes care of one of the big issues in clan boss, which is where does your stun target land? And normally, this is what's dependent on a couple of things, but one of the things is the lowest HP. Now, you can use that to your advantage in some comps, but in a traditional clan boss team, it's kind of hard to pinpoint where you really want that stun to land. He does that himself. He makes himself the target. He places an unkillable on himself, so even if that smack of the clan boss would actually normally kill this guy, it's not going to kill him. Kind of like Emic does, but then an epic version of that, he only does the unkillable on himself. But it's fine because for that specific stun, nobody's going to die, right? As long as this works the way it's supposed to work and he does his thing. Now, the combination of these two, Seducer and Kafru, makes a really good duo for a clan boss, I realized. So getting the block debuffs onto the Kafru using his A3, making him the target, sets it up in a way that you can repeat this every single turn that the clan boss is going to use a stun, right? So basically this can keep your tune intact. Now, the reason why I'm not utilizing a proper speed team, or speed tune rather, to do this is, like I said, I don't really have the damage dealers to do this yet. if I had a champion instead of Ragemonger that I could use, then I would definitely be looking at speed tuning for clanboss. But for now, I've got to kind of just roll with what I have. And I've been doing a lot of things manually, but that does lead to a 5 key nightmare chest, which might seem absurd to some people, but in fact, what you can do is you can say, okay, so one day I'm doing a 2-key brutal plus a 1-key hard for those chests, and then the next day I take my 5 keys and put them all into nightmare and get the double chest there. This way, we're getting a double nightmare chest every other day, which is still kind of good, you know? So I've only had one so far, which was yesterday. So today I'm only going to have 3 keys. So 2 are going in brutal, which I can show you I have already done. So here you go. It's a very easy 2-key here. But I'll do a nightmare run real quick, and then you can see how this is supposed to be working, right? I'm making sure that everyone actually has 100% or closer to the 100, because these guys don't really have crit rate, I don't think. Now see, so that goes to a 50-50 shot at critting, and this one goes up to 61% with the buff, which is a lot better than 31, obviously. So that's one of the things about this champion that you really can't underestimate is, yes, he brings speed increase and the turn meter fill, but actually this 30% increased crit rate is also pretty ridiculous. Makes us able to, build our champions a little more tanky and still have a good chance of getting those crits off, right? Because like these two guys, they're not wearing like crit rate gauntlets or anything like that, right? They're wearing HP or defense percentage stuff. So again, this is not speed tuned at all, but they're kind of in range of being a 4-3 champion. Okay, I didn't really tune yet until I have the champions to replace these two. Probably I'm not going to do that. She kind of has the speed that she needs already, and they kind of have the speed they need, but might be one up, one down, whatever. I don't know how much it has to be exactly, but they're in range of what they're supposed to be if I want to make this comp. So what we do is we just A1 with him. He's going to do his A2. Now see, if he landed those poisons right there, for instance, when that ticks off of the clanboss there, he has a chance to increase his turn meter. That's from one of his masteries. So that's why right now this guy's just like a menace for this comp. He just completely destroys the whole thing. But we need him because he just does so much damage. Also, Broadmaw with this gives speed and turn meter. For now, we can kind of wiggle around it and make it work manually, but yeah, eventually I want to just take these two out and add some better champions. Maybe, for instance, an Urogrim in his spot would be nice. That would give us a speed buff plus give us some poisons and some healing as well, So with her, what we do is we just try and land that decreased defense, which I don't know why it fails so much. She has 219 accuracy on clanboss, but for some reason, I recently did a run where it was turn 13 and she hadn't landed one single defense down yet. So yeah, kind of unfortunate, but so he's gonna do A1 still. Gonna do A3. We're not landing any debuffs for some reason. Kind of unfortunate. This might be a very bad run. Yeah, still just doing this. Again, no debuff. Here we can do this, but it doesn't really matter since we didn't get any debuffs yet. Just A1. Now we're going to get the debuffs. So here we just look at the turn meter, right? So in this case, I probably go for this because we're not sure if he's going to get an extra turn, yes or no. So just to be safe right here, we do this. Um, I usually tend to do my A3 here, but I think I'm just going to try and get this slow off of us. Yep, there you go. Do that. You have to do this for sure because you're not getting a turn. Okay, so our Kafru did get an extra turn. Here it doesn't matter that much because he's not going to die yet. It's still early in the run, but obviously later in the run, you want to definitely want to time this better so that he does have the unkillable up, right? All right, so see, so basically everyone has their cooldowns up. Everyone has everything up what they need to have next time the stun is going to come around. So that's awesome. And Oboro is just not landing those debuffs. Okay, there's our first poison. This is not going that great, to be honest. He needs more accuracy too. I need an accuracy banner for him, but I just haven't found one yet. There you go. Only 2 turns, unfortunately. She has the possibility of landing a 3-turn, which is really nice when it happens. So once we got the defense down with Oboro, then we go into our A3. Give everyone crit rate. It's turn 5, so we don't really need anything here. We can just A1, basically. Alright, so now they get the debuffs. So she can get rid of her own. She can also... She can wait for Kafru to do it, actually, so I'm gonna try and land the defense down, but it didn't work again. That's what, like six tries or 7 tries already? Kind of crazy. I'm gonna gamble here. Not sure if he's gonna get his next turn, yes or no. He might just whiff, but yeah, he whiffed. But here it's still not too bad. See, because the other target is our seducer. The seducer has nice defense as well. So as you can see, that hardly made a dent, especially with these buffs up. So there you can see that it's not tuned properly yet. I'm just gonna try and land that again because you really want this defense down to be up with that. There we get a burn. That's nice. Finally, some damage coming in. I see this attack up. It's unfortunate that she's been missing her defenses down because if you can get your A3 going quicker on her, she can start stealing these attack buffs, right? Which is another thing that you actually want to be doing. But now we can try and steal the attack down next turn. I don't think she's going to get another turn here, no. Now, maybe? There you go. So you steal that. You can get an heal off right there. That's pretty nice. I don't know if he's going to get a second turn here or not. Sometimes he does. Sometimes he doesn't. See? Now he did. Previous round, he didn't. See? So. But there you go. Boom. He takes the stun. Nothing happened. Everyone just has everything up for next round. Get a burn off, very nice. Want to heal here because they have debuffs. We get some healing going. We have defense down, so we can just A3. We're going into our stun here, so we have to put that up. I don't think we're going to get A3 here. Oh, we do. Nice. You can A1. That's a 3-turn. Very nice. You can see it's like almost in tune, right? It's not 100% in tune. Oh, he went too fast even. Maybe I shouldn't have A2 with him, but that also kind of seems wrong. Not to give people the speed buff. Wait, wasn't he supposed to stun there? Did I miss a turn? Oh, I guess I missed a turn, so that was a misplay on my part. That's weird. I thought it was turn 18 for some reason, but oh well. Just a 1. Yeesh. Well, we do get to steal the attack. You get to do this. You get to do this. So he stays unkillable. Gets a counterattack off. Nice. Actually, I could have A2'd there. Steal the attack. Yep, nice. Okay, so I might actually just keep this key. I'm not sure. I think, or is it 13 mil you need for the first chest? I forget. It doesn't matter that much. I get it or not. Necrod's passive helps helps keep her alive, but fortunately now it's not gonna matter. Oh, he goes down. So 9.5 on Nightmare is actually pretty good. Especially on Spirit, I'd say. But yeah, you have to manual it, right? So, and it's still kind of RNG based. I guess Aboro didn't really land many defense down either, so but usually it's about 8.5 per key. So I don't know. I'm not sure why I did 9.5 this time because it seemed like I was having terrible RNG. Um, but that said, if you would do this 4 times, yeah, you'd be close to the 4 key, but not completely there, right? I think you need like 9.7 or 9.8. Oh, yeah, not quite there yet. Actually, 9.9 maybe even. But anyway, we're almost in that 4 key range. We just need like a better damage dealer here, some better support here, because Broadma, yes, is bringing that crit rate buff, which is really good. But yeah, that's basically it. Like the A1 doesn't do anything. Um, yeah, not great. So I'd like to replace these two basically in my clan boss team if I could. But for now, this is kind of, it's nice, right? Yesterday I got a 5 key nightmare going. Um, Tomorrow I'll do the same thing, and then every other day having a nightmare chest is still pretty decent, I think. Maybe something that you've noticed here is that my Aboro now has 5 red stars going for her. So that was during CVC a random Immortal Soulstone. Pulled it, and I have her on my wish list, and she got pulled 5 stars. So that was really nice. That immediately had impact on the account because we were able to climb here in Doom Tower. So we are right now currently here. I haven't tried this yet, so I guess we can do that together real quick. I don't think this should be much of an issue. This tends to be a pretty easy boss. Maybe just don't bring Ragemonger, I guess. Maybe I don't bring Count Dracula here. But it's nice to have an aura, finally. Which is something huge on a rare champion, by the way. This guy has a 25 HP percentage bonus in all battles on a rare champion. That is very rare to see, actually. Yeah, he's a, and they're landing attack down. Yeah, this is in the bag already. It's gonna be super easy. Actually, with the cold heart, I actually could have brought in burn, but it doesn't seem to matter. They're just gonna destroy this magma dragon. But I mean, to be fair, Magma Dragon is such a joke. That's a meme. Like in under a minute, there you go. Easy peasy. Um, yeah, we're slowly climbing now. I'm not sure if we're gonna get past the next nether spider because this, for instance, as you can see, was a pain, and this is where I was stuck previously. But Oboro with this 5-star basically soloed 70% of this nether spider herself. I did have to manual it because you have to time when you do her A1. Why is that? Because her A1 will actually do an AoE instead of a single target if there's 4 or more debuffs on the target. Actually, you have to let the poisons go off once, so and make sure that the poisons on yourself only have a 1 turn cooldown, so when you throw them back and then you have an A3, by the time you get to your A1, there's no debuffs or very little debuffs on the target, right? On the big spider. I don't really want to do that right now, but I hope that makes a little sense for those who are watching. It's just a little puzzling there, figure out the rhythm. And once you got that going, it's not too hard, really. Yeah, I'll do these keys later. You don't really want to see me do that. It's just auto anyway. I don't really look at that. We did push a little in Curse City. Nothing amazing, but I guess in terms of the clan, I'm somewhere in the middle, I guess, of the people who are doing anything here. I mean, we got 32 stages cleared here, which is not too bad, but now I'm just kind of hard stuck on this. I don't really have destroy gear or champions to deal with this. I don't have the stars for this yet. I can't beat this guy with the champions I currently have. Dark Fae is really, I mean, we have Cold Heart, which is should be really good, right? But yeah, that's about it. Because like Ragemonger isn't really fun to fight against because, well, the way he's built, he sometimes resists his own debuffs. He's kind of tanky for himself to deal with. So yeah, not the most fun thing to play against. And then obviously this guy is good for this, but it's also the enemy does the same thing, right? And when the enemy goes and revives their dudes, they have block damage on, and yeah, it's just not ideal. Let's see. Other than that, there hasn't been much of a change, I don't think. No. I've just been building those champions really, and yeah, most of my resources went to that. I think like a lot of Minotaur farming, a lot of food farming. This guy we also built, but we are going to, as you can see, I'm making some 5 stars for him because there's a training thing with the flipping cards going on right now. We're gonna 6-star him for sure. Even though I don't have an accuracy banner yet, we do have some extra speed on him, 13 more speed, so we can get him up to 243. Um, get some more stats on him, and yeah, help us push for this because yeah, we're struggling. See, I'm doing arena every single day, and it's just a constant look. I can't. There's nobody on this page that I can beat at all. Like maybe I could beat this guy, maybe. I mean, we can try, I guess. Looks if we're faster, we probably beat them, but it's usually like this. You have to go fishing for these possible wins, and then sometimes they're not even a win. So then, yeah, pretty unfortunate. All right, so we knock out these guys. Yeah, this was okay. This is a win, but well, I think it's a win. Now Monkey comes back. Monkey goes down again. All right, there you go. So, yeah, sometimes we can find a win like this, but most of the time it's like these kind of teams. I mean, Kaimar, 6 star. 6 star, what's her name? Ikatoon. Cool stuff. I mean, even this, right? You know that they put money into it. Sometimes we get one-man defenses. Here you go. Here's one. Absolute legend. Thank you very much. But yeah, a lot of refreshing, and I don't know. I haven't really been using my gems to refresh yet. Maybe I should start doing that, but I I'm kind of stubborn, I guess. Kind of feel like no, I don't want to do that. But yeah. Might actually have to be something we look at doing because this is taking a very long time. I've been on this mission for weeks now. Yeah, I don't know if there's anything. Well, I guess I can show you guys my faction wars. So, Knights Rev, we pushed pretty good. Demon Spawn, we pushed pretty good. Recently, Barbarian, that was just 100% Ragemonger. Like, I have an Ox at 50, but he doesn't really do much, to be honest. I mean, to be fair, his gear isn't that great either. But guess I could give him a amulet. That might help him a little bit here. Yeah, sure, buddy. Have this amulet. Why not? But yeah, also just being level 50 doesn't really help him. But this guy, yeah, he soloed the boss on stage 14, which is, you know, I didn't really expect that from a rare. I don't think I've ever seen a rare do that. Actually solo a boss on stage 14 of a faction wars. Kind of nutty. We still don't have a single Sylvan Watcher. We still don't have a single Dwarf. We still don't have a Banner Lord. No Orcs. So those are 4 factions that maybe after today we can start working on a little bit, hopefully. And other than that, yeah, you see the stars, so you can predict what we've been doing there. Some of these are like just pushing hard with one champion, and some of these are actually like Demon Spawn, for instance, is just basically Fellhound one-shotting the waves the whole time and just bringing food along. So we're not as high in Demon Spawn as we are in Barbarian Crypt, for instance. But just because he's able to get the 3 stars on these stages by himself, that's why we actually have more stars here. This is all this dude. Yeah, because we don't have anyone else. So basically just good old Broadmaw. Skinwalker. Yeah, that's still only just this guy. I haven't worked on Bloodhorn just yet. Yeah, it's gonna have to wait for a while, I think. Because we just have too much going on right now. Wanted to see what we actually get for pulling. So we get 350 for pulling a Void Shard. I guess pulling 3 shards is reasonable. We get an extra flip, and we can get a lot of good stuff. To be fair, the only thing I dislike here is this. This 150 is the only thing I dislike because I'm not going for the thing really. Not that much in here that is interesting to me other than this void shard, but I felt like I had to push way too hard to get that, so I just decided not to. Anyway, let's pull some shards here, and I'm gonna go with Venus and Eurogrim here. Supreme Kale is also really nice. However, Venus brings this blind with infatuation. Don't know why that was so hard. Attacks all enemies has a 100% chance of placing decreased defense and a 25% weaken for 2 turns. Um, this is actually, even unbooked, already pretty damn good. Because it's already on a 3-turn cooldown. Didn't even realize that. So that makes it even more intriguing to go for her instead of Hale, I think. Because this is going to make your damage output so much better, right? All those War Master procs are going to do a lot more damage. She also has a burn. So it's an AoE burn too. So if you pull her, you basically have your spider covered as well. Then she has the poison on the A1. Uh, Actually can be a double poison even because each hit has a 50% chance of landing. So very solid as well. And this is only available when Cubitus is on the same team. So this is not going to be for us. She does have an incredible aura again with a 33% HP in all battles. Yeah, I'll grab her. That's no disrespect to Supreme Kale. I think he's good, but I think general use, um, especially our account right now, Venus is definitely going to be better. And out of these two, I think I'm leaning towards Eurogrim for the mere fact that he actually brings more support. So he has poisons on his A1, poisons on his A3, but that also places a continuous heal, and this removes all debuffs from an ally and heals them. So you have more healing going on, and yeah, I think that's just going to be a little better. Well, we'll see what happens. We probably won't even pull a legendary or an epic, but hey, you never know. All right, here goes nothing. Oh, and why are we doing this actually? Oh, wow. Well, we uh we know what this guy can do because we've been using him quite a bit. I don't know what two of them can do though. Maybe they can just do a lot more. Um, we're gonna have to see how that works out. But I was gonna say, why am I doing this now? Well, we're also kind of like in this position where a lot of the dungeons were kind of stuck and just need some help, really. Um, clanboss, same thing, right? Like we're very close to getting like that 4-key nightmare. Once you get there, getting void shards is gonna be a little easier. I'd say you probably get like at least 4 to 5 every month or so, at least. Maybe it's even a little more than that. But yeah, Fellhound, I'm not going to go into him. We have seen the doggo perform already. Another rare. All right, this guy, yeah, he has poisons, right? It's only 20% chance. That's rather weak. Attacks enemy 4 times. Each hit decreases the turn meter and fills this champion's turn meter by 5. Actually, this could actually be a decent spider champion, since you can knock back the turn meter pretty heavily, and it's on a 2-turn cooldown. So like knock back turn meter 20%, gain turn meter 20%. Yeah, interesting to see it, to say the least, right? Yeah, I'm not completely sure, but we'll have to see what we can do with that. And that's just the hard hitting move. Ignore 20% of the target's defense. Yeah. Attack in all dungeons, 21%. Yeah, maybe this could be used for Spider. I'm not sure if he's worth building just for that. Maybe he is. I mean, if we can get a stage 20 farm because of that, might not be bad, right? Okay, this is our third. Maybe we'll pull a fourth if we don't get anything worthwhile. We did get an orc, but oh, this is literally the worst. I think this, like, Maybe Harrier is worse, I guess. Yeah, I don't know about this one, man. 8 books in the A1, 5 books in the A2. So people like him in Fire Knight because he has multi-hitters and heal reduction. I mean, yeah, sure, but I have a cold heart, so that doesn't really float my boat, you know, like this was the big attack down, maybe. Uh yeah. Screw it. Let's go all in. We need some help on the account, so and there's another orc huntress. I believe she's really bad as well, but we do also have the cow, so we could possibly make another Broadmaw, which frankly might just be better than keeping these. Man, if this was a poison, she would probably be a good replacement for clanboss because she has a weaken on a 3-turn cooldown. Only 75% chance, but I mean, still reasonable, right? Also puts up her own attack up. A 4-turn cooldown, and this is only for 2 turns, but yeah, stun, man. Why to stun? Also needs 7, 12 books again. Well, not great. Not gonna lie, that was not great. But we do have some things to work with again. Um, maybe this can help demon spawn push a little further as well, right? Maybe build this guy more as a nuker. We'll have one as a nuker and one as a more defensive type champ. Yeah. Here I'm gonna have to see what I want to do with these because again, a second Broadmaw isn't the worst idea. Like if you have 2 Broadmaws, you're pretty sure or you're guaranteed basically to be able to get stage 21 done of Faction Wars once you eventually get 5 champions in the Lizard faction, that is. That's the way I did it the first time. So 2 Broadmaws, they just constantly pick each other up, right? Pick each other up and 1 extra. And you just do that until the boss is dead, basically. This guy is, I guess, the most interesting of the bunch with this turn meter knockback on a 2-turn cooldown. Interesting. But yeah, that was it for this week, I'm afraid. If anyone has any questions, any remarks about the account, what I should do, what I should not do, whatever, let me know how, if you're doing the Void experience, how it has been going for yourself. Next week, I will be attending the EUIC in London. So I'm not completely sure what I'm going to be doing. I'll make sure you guys have something to watch for sure. And yeah, I guess we'll do this real quick. Maybe we can pull 2 more greens. There's another green, another blue. But we did get a nice artifact here. Maybe check that out real quick. Here, speed? How about this one? No speed on it, unfortunate. Yeah. Hope you guys have a nice rest of your week, and catch you guys next week. Peace.